Hello everyone and welcome back to FailRace versus Community. Today we have some B-class cars, but we are running 5 times tire wear. So tire wear is going to be come into play towards the end of these races, specifically for those on race tires, as we're here for the first race at Brands Hatch in the rain, in the dark as well. This was meant to be midday, but the clouds came over and are blocking out the sun. We're diving to the inside into the hairpin at Druids here. After what was a good start, good run through turn 1, made use of someone running into gravel slightly on the exit of Paddock Hill, trying to get a cutback here through the left-hander, not able to do so as we have a car on our left-hand side. So as we head now to this next left-hander, we've got Liam having a look up our inside. We're a little bit wide, a little bit deep in these wet conditions, but we try and go for a cutback here, which we do so successfully. That'll give us a drag race down here towards Hawthorns. Fast right-hander, but Liam able to get in front for then, and so we'll have to slot back in line. We think, can we try and get a bit of a better exit here, try and maybe put a bit of pressure back on, but doesn't look like it at the moment. We see someone off in the gravel on the left hand side there. That'll be gets up to 13th now as we head through the back end of this Grand Prix section. But yes, increased tire wear. We're on sports tires, so we're not going to struggle with our tire wear, but anyone on race tires will have their tires drop off in the final lap or two. And they'll have to run, obviously this race we're in the wet, they'll be on the wet tires, but later races when we're in the dry, they'll have to be running mediums instead of softs having much bigger drop off. We've got a couple of cars side by side here through the final corner. Liam's got their way through, and we're going to try and follow through on Liam with the cutback, as it's sort of got Forza glued through the final corner there. That gets us up to P11 as we head through Paddock Hill here. Now we can see Impega going for a move out of into Druids on the inside of, I believe, the purple Honda. We've got a car trying to throw themselves up our inside. Can't quite see what it is, but car guy trying to go around our outside, and I think that's an Infinity. They're a little bit wide onto the grass slow through left-hander. Let's go less, keep the position, and go lose some place to Rusky in the Renault 5 Turbo. But we're back onto Liam's rear bumper as they're trying to look for a way past the purple Honda. But we're going to cut ahead now to start of lap 3. Honda's a little bit deep into the hairpin. Liam tries to get up the inside, gets into the door of the Honda, and I'll guess side by side into the left-hander. Frank side by side, we're going to be a little bit cautious, hold back and get brilliant cutback on both of them as they run a little bit deep through the left-hander. But Liam, with acceleration, is going to have a run on us back towards this left-hander onto the Grand Prix loop again. And it's got all of us tight to the inside. We're running a little bit too tight to the inside, really, and can give up that place to Liam. And Rusky also makes their way through with great acceleration from that Renault 5 Turbo. Even has a run on Liam, has a look. He isn't quite close enough to go for a move, but with that move we try and see if we can get a better run through Hawthorns. We end up getting a cutback, gives us the inside round the Grand Prix loop here. We just send it down the inside, get the move done nice and early, get back in front, hold a defensive line. We know that Renault has good acceleration out of the corners, so we'll just try and make sure we can cover the inside for the rest of this GP loop, and we get ourselves back in front. We're going to come down quite a bit further forward now to the penultimate lap as we head through Paddock Hill. Bit of a train of cars in front of us. We see Glisker running wide. That'll be another free position, getting us up into P9 on this penultimate lap. We've got a few cars in front of us, just little gaps separating everyone, starting to fight a little bit. And as we cut now to the final lap, those battles have allowed us to close in on Stevie, who's fallen to the back of this queue. And really, we're next in line. We're trying to look if there's an opportunity here through the Grand Prix loop, but not quite close enough to make anything of it. We're also trying to be a little bit wary of Glisker behind us. We've got a little bit of a run looking to the inside. Stevie just holding the inside line. We're going to now look to the inside, use a bit of our acceleration, trying to throw a move down the inside. We get a bit of a push from behind from Glisker, pushes us a little bit wide. Glisker will get alongside that. as we head to the final corner now. Glisker on the outside. We're going to just try and run Glisker the long way around, hold them to the outside, and with our better acceleration we'll be able to hold on to what will be P9 at the end of this Brands Hatch race. Tire wear wouldn't be immediately noticeable. Maybe Stevie was struggling a little bit towards the end there as they came back towards us. Fastest laps, very similar. Our car seems somewhat competitive if you ignore the Porsche up at the front. But now we're going to look towards the second race here at a dry Hockenheim. So this tyre wear could be a much bigger factor here. But as we go off the line, it's a good start. We'll get up into 14th as we head through turn 1. No one's alongside us, so we'll get a good run. Bit too good of a run. We nudge the back of the Lancer, or Toyota, sorry, I can't remember. I don't know what car that was. I think it was a Toyota. Unfortunately, spinning them around, that's dropped us to the back of the field. And yeah, major apology for that one. That was my bad. Another tangle there between Longbow and someone else getting spun out, so that'll be a couple of positions back. And we've got a good run here on Fiendish as we head to the this back curve, heading up towards the hairpin. So not a great start. Definitely could have been much better. Was promising, and we've not delivered on that. Thanks to my own mistake. But as we head through the hairpin, everyone's our concertina up, bunching up. We had a lot of clean air, so we've closed in quite a bit. And we've got a run here on Speed Beast out of the hairpin into this fast right-hander. Speed Beast holding the outside. We're going to hold him really tight though for this next left-hander to the inside, and he'll have to kind of back up. We've got a car running wide. That's Coffee in what looks like a Golf potentially, but we're able to get back up into 14th as we head in towards the stadium section now. Closing up on a Audi RS4 and I believe that's a DBR1. Audi out very wide. We try and see if we can maybe get to the inside on the exit. Not quite. The Audi just pulling in front of us. We try and see if we can send it to the inside of the penultimate corner. Can't quite get far enough alongside, and we'll get that move done as we head through the final corner now. Quite the pack of cars in front of us still, as you can see on the replay. So a lot of potential to make moves here as we head to turn 1, just closing in on the cars in front of us. Trying to be a little bit cautiously, make sure we get a good run through turn 1, and a good run it is. We'll get the Audi, we'll get alongside the Aston, and we'll also get to the inside of another NSX as we head into this right-hander. The NSX is going to hold it around the outside. That'll give them the inside for left-hander here, but we just sneak in front as they bubble over the inside curb, tucking into the slipstream of the purple Honda now. We got a good exit. We're pulling ahead of the cars behind and closing up on the cars in front, thinking where we go look to the inside, and Pega goes to the inside themselves, so we'll look to the outside. We really close up to the outside there, leaving room for the cars on the inside. Oh, good, sorry, exit. It's an alright exit, but we've got good acceleration here as we're closing up. There's a little bit of a gap on the outside. It's very ambitious, and we have to back out of it. You know, not enough of a gap there, but that's very daring. But just trying to put pressure on the cars in front. The purple Honda had a bit of a mishap on the inside for the left-hander there, putting us up into the top 10 already, despite the awful start. So we have great pace here. Looks like we're racing very well through the pack so far. So let's see if we can keep that up, especially as when other people's tyres might wear throughout the race. As we head through the stadium section now, it's nearly 3 wide up in front. Looks like there's a couple of people just struggling for pace. We're behind you and have a little look to the inside, not quite close enough to send it on you, but just trying to pressure a little mistake out of you as we head through these final couple of corners. It's not a great run through the final corner there, but that's alright. They're still side by side up in front, so we'll be a little cautious into turn 1 again, try and get a good exit, which we do once more. Ewan just held up by car guy there, so we'll go to the outside. There's a bit of a space on the outside here as we head into the braking zone. but we're just going to play it safe. Try and hold around the outside. The looks like the Aston is also trying to get past here, and they've done so as we head on to the straight here. Just trying to pick up any slipstream we can, as they're now 3 wide in front between Impega, Glisker and Gargai. But we're closing in on Shadow's Nissan Fairlady. But we're looking to the inside here, trying to see if we can get up the inside of Impega. Not quite. Impega just able to pull in front of us. But we are able to get the... Well, not quite able to get the move done on Shadow yet. They've got a better run than us out of the hairpin. They'll be side by side through the quick right-hander. And that'll give them the inside for this left-hander. We both try and run it deep on the brakes. We just pull it up before hitting Impega, but Shadow, unable to do so, decides to go into ghost mode to avoid taking anyone out. And that will get us up into P8. We've got a brilliant run on Impega here. As we head towards the stadium section, we go look to the inside, send it to get ourselves in front, get the move done, and that will now be P7 as we're on to the back of Glisker now. Give Glisker a little bit of a tap there, that nearly spins him, so just back off to make sure we don't take any advantage of the contact. Impega giving us a little bump in the rear tube as we head through the penultimate corner. A big bounce off the curb there for Glisker, and through the final corner it'll be another bounce, really compromising their run there. So we'll just get to the inside. Will we have the acceleration here? We just about do to pull alongside. We're going to try and hold the inside. We're not really quite far enough along the inside. Glisker doesn't give us much room, so we kind of have to jump the curb a bit, but on the exit we have a better run. But Impega is trying to take advantage of all of this to around the outside as we head now 3 wide through this right-hander. We're going to the outside for this left-hander onto the back straight, squeezed to the outside by Gliskers. We both have a bit of a run on Impega here. We're trying to box Glisker and Impega. They're having absolutely none of it and push us to the outside of this curve. We'll have the inside though for the hairpin. How brave, how late will we be under brakes? We try and get to the inside, but also get the car slowed down. Glisker's in a little bit deep, so is Impega, who gets shuffled out wide. We keep it tight to the inside and see if we can get a better run. We're in front of Impega, but just behind Glisker as we head up to the fast kink here. Just try and pull in front of Impega. We're unable to do so, so we look to the outside of Glisker, try and get brave on the brakes, but both of us quite deep there. Go lose out to Impega and the Aston as well. Glisker though getting a big bounce off the curb once more, ends up collecting the Aston on the outside, and that'll allow us to get back up into P7. So we now jump forward to the end of the race. We'll not be able to keep up with the cars in front, and we ended up pulling a gap from the cars behind. So a bit of a lonely final lap there. But good race after that early mistake. It could have been a little bit more. Definitely could have been a top 5 if we didn't make that mistake out of turn 1, accidentally spinning Crispy. But yeah, that was our own mistake. However, that's going to do it for today's episode of Versus Community. There'll be another episode out tomorrow, so make sure to look forward to that. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.